The feeling we got when we received a letter from the state of California that our sales tax was zero was overwhelming. We put a lot of work into this through the help of Aero and Marine Tax Professionals, but a lot of documentation, a lot of letters, a lot of signing, arranging clients who were visiting to sign, and all that work paid off in the form of a zero tax liability. It was a very satisfying experience. Joe Wells, Orchard Machinery Corporation. Orchard Machinery Corporation manufactures primarily nut harvesting equipment. We make tree shakers, it's our main product. We also make material handling products such as shuttles, carts, and also orchard maintenance equipment such as hedgers, shredders, and brush rakes. Orchard Machinery Corporation has owned 2 airplanes. This is our second. The first was a Cessna 414. We found out about Aero Marine and Tax Professionals through a mutual client of my wife's. She's an accountant. We first contacted Aero and Marine Tax Professionals for our King Air purchase. We spoke with Julie, and the conversation was such that we had a pretty good idea of what was going to be required through this process. It seemed very straightforward based upon how she laid it out and the support that they were going to provide to us for our purchase. It made sense to go with Aero and Marine Tax Professionals for this tax strategy on our purchase. After we spoke with Julie about the strategy, she handed us off to one of her consultants that works with her, and that lady helped us identify the documentation needed through this process. She provided some framework in the form of letters that had to be signed to document the out-of-state travel. And we had a couple of instances, we had some hiccups in some of our travel plans, and they helped us with that. Talked about how to mitigate that and document it to get back on track. That was very helpful. We could have tried to traverse this strategy on our own without any help, but in reality, there were some nuances to tax law that we did research, but we were really unsure of before we called Aero and Marine Tax Professionals. We felt that savings was big enough to have a partner in this and to help guide us, and we were glad we did. I guess what surprised me most about our experience with Aero and Marine Tax Professionals was there was really no surprises. They had an answer for every nuance that we thought we had in this journey. Obviously, I have much experience in this with many airplanes and I guess boats as well, and nothing surprised them. They had an answer to everything we questioned. And so that was, I guess, the surprise was that they had an answer to everything, and it made this process very straightforward. We were given the ownership's cell phone numbers with access 24/7 to call with any questions we had regarding this strategy that we're going to endeavor with them. And in fact, the first time we talked to Julie was after hours. It was a 5:30 phone call on a weeknight that she answered the phone, and she walked us through. Took about 30 minutes probably, just a phone call, not knowing who we were. So the security of knowing that you had help when should some unique circumstance arise was very reassuring for us. I would highly recommend Aero and Marine Tax Professionals for any airplane purchase that one of our friends or clients would be going through. I would tell them that the process with them is very secure. You feel like you're in good hands. They walked you through everything, and that to not use them for a tax strategy would be a little nerve-wracking, to not know and to not feel you're anywhere close to what the state wanted from you without going through them.